Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark. They were a highly influential band. They influence you too. They influenced Depeche Mode, influenced Vince Clarke to take up the synthesizer, which is an incredible thing. And they also influenced me. They were originally influenced by David Bowie, but then they actually saw one of the first Kraftwerk concerts in the United Kingdom, and they were profoundly influenced by them. And one of the reasons why they became a band. And one of their primary influences is Radioactivity by Kraftwerk, which has also influenced my album, Apropos of Essence. And Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark also influenced my album, Apropos of Essence. But their influence is diffused across my work, my synth-pop work and my synth work. They're a highly influential band. They're kind of synth textures. They're kind of ostinatos. They're melodies, and were really, really influential. They would play like very simple chord sequences, like on their first kind of two singles, first couple of singles, Joan of Arc and Enola Gay. Like they had like very simple chord sequences, like it would be kind of like 1, 6, 4, 5 kind of sequence, and they would kind of play very textural synth sequences and ostinatos over that, and it was actually quite unique and quite magical and very influential. Like the kind of influence of Kraftwerk was redolent upon their music. Another intriguing fact, when I was a music teacher, right up until the mid to late 90s, I was having people come in and learning to play the bass, motivated by Andy McCluskey. They wanted to emulate Andy McCluskey. Very influential guy. And their songs were like their lyrics were very intelligent, and their concepts were very, very intellectual. So their outreach was quite large, because you had like the normal like fan base of pop aficionados, but it kind of reached out to more people that normally wouldn't listen to pop music. They had two albums that really influenced me, and I've been cited as saying this. Their album Dazzle ships, their use of kind of transistor radio, tape loops, and stuff like that, really kind of opened the door for me into the world of Pierre Schaeffer and his group de recherche de musique concrète in Paris, which is basically musique concrète, which also influenced Karlheinz Stockhausen. He studied there. And later on, when I was studying Karlheinz Stockhausen, this was very helpful. And Stockhausen also influenced Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark. The next album was an album called Junk Culture, which was a bit of a departure for them, because they kind of moved into more kind of pop and rock, kind of with guitars to the front kind of thing. And the pop sense and sensibilities of Junk Culture very much influenced some of my later bands, because we kind of factored some of that into the equation. It was an influence. And their music has stood the test of time, to the extent that there's like many, many new bands influenced by them. And again, like their enduring influence is exemplified by, Apropos of Essence and even other later works of mine that are influenced by OMD. And, all like parts of America, there's like art centres and little concert halls that are kind of named after their albums. And their albums featured incredible artwork, inspirational artwork, that even inspired like Bono and inspired me. And, their enduring influence continues to this day and beyond. Thank you very much for listening.